Shekalim daf Yud Daled. The Gemara on the bottom daf Yud Gimel with Beis explains that the Mishnah says Ben Achaya was Memuna Chili Ma'ayim. He was the Memuna in the Beis Hamikdash to watch on the Kohanim that they shouldn't become sick. And the Gemara explains, since the Kohanim were walking barefoot on the cold stone floor and they eating meat and drinking water, they were in danger to come to Choli Ma'ayim. It's interesting, there's 4 different kashas that the Achronim ask on this Gemara, that why they needed specifically a Mamuna Choli Ma'ayim. I the Sefer Peiris Teina, it brings from the same Shalmei Torah, that asks a kasha on the Chaim Volozhina and Ruach Chaim, says that the same way that the mon was nivla ve'evorim, that got absorbed in the intestines of the people that were eating the mon, so the karbanos as well was nivla be'evorim, it was nivla ve'evorim, so it was automatically absorbed. So tzarich, how could it make Choli Ma'ayim? So you see, afal pikin, there is somewhat of a sakana of Choli Ma'ayim, it's tzarich in oid bezer. In Bitzchak Sorotzkin, in Gvuras Yitzchak asks, when you say shluchi mitzvah einen nezoiken, since they're doing a mitzvah of avoid in the Beis Hamikdash, achilas karbonos, you should say shluchi mitzvah einen nezoiken. So he says in Mar Psachim Daf Ches that mokem shchiach hezeka, you don't say shluchi mitzvah einen nezoiken. The Minchas Elazar in the Sefer Divrei Torah as a different nusach when you say shoyme mitzvah lo yeda davara. He says the answer is only koyanim that were eating for the hanois gashmias. There was a chashash not by the koyanim, they were eating kul l'shem shemayim. The Sefer Godas Eliyahu asked a different kasha. Why didn't Hashem make a nace to save all the kohanim from getting sick, the same way many other nisim happened in the Beis Hamikdash? So he says that Hashem, the Kadosh Baruch Hu doesn't change the teva, and adarabah, the fact that it was a dangerous situation, the avoid in the Beis Hamikdash, shows the chibur of the kohanim that nevertheless they're doing the avoid besimcha, and it makes them do the avoid the yira because of the sakana. And then he says further, that alone, that this Mamuna was able to give the various wines that helped the Kohanim, he was a doctor, that alone is a nes. Moving further, the Gemara says, Kol ha'im HaKadosh Baruch Hu vatran yivatrim nei meyav, HaKadosh Baruch Hu marich af v'goy v'dilei. The Meshav Dover, the Netziv, explains that a chet is like if you eat something that's mazik you, it's automatic. The chet is mitzad atzmoi, damages the person, so therefore Kadosh Baruch Hu can't be mevater on the etzem chet. The Rechaim HaKadosh asks, since it's mavur that a Kadosh Baruch Hu is not mevater on the chet, how is it possible that we bring korbanos and the korban is mechaper for averus? So the Rechaim HaKadosh explains the understanding is that when someone does an avera, it's ein adam choyte elim kein nichnas boy ruach shtos, and afterwards when he does tshuva and he realizes that he did an avera and he comes to bring a korban, he becomes on a higher level to min anushi, and then it's ein roy that he should get killed because of the maisa that a shaita did. So therefore we take a behemoth that's similar to Adam, that's a choita, and we makriv it as a korban. And the avodah of a makriv a korban is that he should realize that he's mechuyev in the hakrova, whatever is being done to the korban, for ayin sham. Mesilas Yesharim in Perek Daled has a different mahalach to explain our Gemara. He asks, how could it be that we say over here that Kadosh Baruch Hu is not mevater? We find that there's midas harachamim. And where is the mokum for midas harachamim? If Kadosh Baruch Hu is not mevater, so he says the understanding is that the whole rachmanos is specifically to the fact that there's a concept of tshuva, and the tshuva is a tremendous chiddush, and the understanding in the geder of the chiddush is that a Kadosh Baruch Hu, with the midas harachamim, is machshiv the akiras harotzin, like the akiras hamaisa, the fact that he has harota on the maisa that he did is if he's oiked the maisa, similar to Hataras Nedarim, and that's a specific rachmanis that Kadosh Baruch Hu made that you could do tshuva through akiras harotzin, kakiras hamaisa. So according to that, he'll explain kabbalas as well. Since you did tshuva, you could bring makriv a korban. And moving further on, the Gemara is ma'irich with the mishpachis Beis Garmel Ma'aseh Lechem Aponim and Beis Avtinas Al Ma'aseh Ketoris, that they knew how to make the Ma'aseh Ketoris, Ma'aseh Lechem Aponim, and they didn't want to share it with the Achayev Shebekoyanim. The Chavetz Chaim asks, how could the Gemara be masker these mishpachos for Gnai? Why isn't it a problem of Lashon Hara? So the Chavetz Chaim explains that the issue of Lashon Hara is that perhaps the person that's doing the Aveira doesn't realize the chaymer of his ma'aseh that he's doing, and therefore we can't say Lashon Hara on him because he didn't know at the time that he's doing the Aveira the severity of his actions. And another reason why we can't say Lashon Hara is because maybe it was Yitzhak Miskaber Lov at the time, he had a tremendous Yitzhak Hara, and that's why he was Nichshel in his Aveira. So the Chavetz Chaim explains over here, in this situation that the Chazal discussed at length and asked the Bnei Mishpacha to share the Ma'aseh Ketoris, the Ma'aseh Lechem Aponim. They definitely understood the severity of the actions, and it wasn't a one-time his kabus the Yetzer Hara. It was a Ma'aseh that took a long period of time. So therefore, it's mutter to say Lashon Hara on that. The Mishnah says, "Ein oistin shoros al tzibur pachas mishnayim." To collect tzedakah from the tzibur, you need two people. Rabbi Chanan in Kavitshur and Babasa asked, why is it that you need two people? The halacha is for kviyah, to force a person, you need bezdin, and bezdin needs specifically three people. And if you'll say that it's a midin kviyah ala mitzvahs, the opinion of the Ksei is that for kviyah ala mitzvahs you also need a bezdin of gimel. The Sivis holds even one person could be koifa his friend to do a mitzvah. If a person is not doing a mitzvah of lulav, a mitzvah of sukkah, even one person could be koifa. But according to the Ksei you need three people. So what's the understanding that we need two people to be goyvet tzedakah? So B'chanan writes that the understanding is that these two people are like shluchei bezdin, and batzim it is a kfiyah and it's koyach bezdin, but they are the messengers from bezdin to carry out the psak of bezdin. So it's enough two people. And Shmuel Zovsky in Shiyum Babasra says different teretz, and he says that be'emes to carry out the kfiyah b'poil from bezdin will be enough one person. But he says that over here, the shvoros al tzibur is the fact that these gaboy tzedakah are making a decision and establishing the obligations of all those people in the city of how much tzedakah they should give. So that is a shvoro. That is a shvoro that ain't oisin shvoro tzibur pochas mi base. But he asked it shver from the fact that Taisus and Babrasra is mashma that even in one isolated case it is still included in the halacha of ein oisin shvoro al tzibur pochas mishnayim. I in the Sefer Peiros Teina that says a different teretz to answer B'chanan's kasha, and he says that we need two people because ein oisin shvoro al tzibur pochas mishnayim. According to Ritva in Ksubis, that says be'emes mitzad the mitzvah of tzedakah you can't be koifer because it's a mitzvah to say shaman schar kosi b'sida. It says the schar next to the mitzvah of tzedakah, so you can't force someone on the mitzvah of tzedakah. But that we force people to give tzedakah, the Ritva explains because it's exes kosev asisa. We learn out that we could force someone to fulfill his obligation to tzedakah, and the Ritva explains the understanding is because we're not forcing the person because of his mitzvah, we're forcing the person because since there is a need in the community to feed all of the poor people, it's mitzad the chasar moment of the aniyim. We have to force people, and it's not because of the obligation of the yachid. Mitzad the obligation of the yachid, you wouldn't force him. It's a separate halacha. We force a person because of the chasar shel aniyim. And then halacha mitzad chasar shel aniyim needs two people. Einer Bruven Gazovsky They asked the kasha on this Ritva, how can you learn out because of Pasuk says this kviya, because of the person's obligation to fulfill his promise to tzedakah, the wood in a regular tzedakah, yakaifa. If a person promises to tzedakah, it's a neder, it's not a tzedakah. So how can you learn out from neder to tzedakah? So Reuven says, you see from this Ritva a tremendous chiddush that halacha v'ficha to tzedakah, it's not halacha mitzad the neder, it's halacha in tzedakah, it's midin, it's a chiyuv mitzad the parish of tzedakah, that if you promise to give tzedakah, you're obligated mitzad the parish of tzedakah to give to this kupa of tzedakah of ayin sham.